Do a demo of the soft structure carriers in mesh versus full fabric. We're going to take a look at some different fabric types, and I'm going to do a demo with you with a demo doll so that you can see the differences. So enjoy mesh versus full fabric. Okay, so which one is right for you? So a few things to keep in mind with a soft structure carrier, right? So soft structure carrier has one panel, one pass over you, if you will. Now, the larger ones are going to have more fabric sewn in here for higher weight limits, but in general, a soft structure carrier has this one panel. You make a seat with it, and it's got the buckle straps and buckle waist. So here's a look at the same carrier. So this is one in linen. This is Lotus Natural. And we're going to talk about the fabric weight feels a little bit in a second. And this is a Lenny Upgrade with a mesh panel. So the Lenny Upgrade with the mesh panel has a few key differences. I'm going to show these. It's just my extra phone case. Okay, so first let's take a look at the hood. So the hood, and I'm going to put this on a baby so you can see. So the hood for the mesh is actually made the same in the Upgrade. The LennyGo, the hood is full fabric on both versions, okay? So just something to keep in mind if you're getting it for keeping your little one cooler, the Upgrade is going to have the most mesh in it. It comes with the mesh version as the mesh, okay? So it doesn't have two options. You don't get two in one. These are two different carriers, okay, for different purposes. So what does it look like? So if you can kind of look up close, you can see it's got the fabric that's the reinforcing here, and then the mesh is that main panel. And what this does is it makes things more breathable for the baby, mostly, right? And so for you, it is definitely lighter, right? So, you know, if you can kind of imagine, you know, this is heavier because this is fabric and mesh is very light. And this is, I think, a couple layers of mesh, at least two, maybe another. So mesh is lighter than fabric, no matter what that, you know, full fabric. I mean, mesh is a type of fabric, but you get the idea. It's gonna be lighter. Let's take a look at these on a baby, and you can kind of see the differences in how it looks. And we'll also take a look at a different fabric blend. So linen is also another really good choice for the heat. And the reason for that is that linen has some moisture wicking and absorbing properties that cotton, for example, does not have. And so this will keep you, I think it's about 30% more moisture absorbing. So that's all that extra sweat and, you know, and all that extra kind of yucky moist feelings that we get postpartum, and also but also like in the heat, in the humidity, this is going to help keep you cooler, just this fabric type over cotton in general. And so this is kind of just a different level of doing that, a different way of doing that. So both are excellent summer carriers. Let's take a look at it on a baby, and you can kind of get an idea. On my demo baby, you can get an idea of what it might look like or feel like for you. All right. So this is the Upgrade. This is the adjustable carrier. We also have a mesh panel in the LennyGo. So the difference there is the LennyGo is a fixed panel. So when your baby fits in it, they fit in it, and when they don't, they don't. So it's but you can't adjust the width, you can't adjust the height. So you kind of are making sure the baby fits in it, and then you kind of you make do with kind of how baby fits in. Whereas this one, you can customize the fit. And so this demo baby is supposed to be about the size of a 3 to 4 month old child. I've left the hood on. The Lenny Upgrade always comes with a hood, at least right now. It can always change, I suppose. But a lot of times in the photos, it doesn't show it. So I'm going to show you, this is the hood, and it's removable. So the reason they don't show it is because they just take it off because they think it looks better. But I think it's nice for you to see that if you keep the hood, that's what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one on. I had to remember, what would you do with your real baby? So, and I am used to carrying a toddler. So, but this is a much smaller baby. Actually, I probably could have just kept it on the front now that I think about it. I'm just so used to back carrying them. So, we can look at it on the back, and then I'll put it back to the front. Okay, so there's what that baby looks like. You can see it's a full panel. This is an absolutely stunning carrier, and this one is broken in some, so you can kind of see what that looks like, the linen broken into. So that's what that looks like there. I'll put the baby back on the front because honestly, this age you would have them on the front. I shouldn't have put it on the back. I mean, you might. It just depends. You might have them on the back, but all right. So let's put this baby on the front, and you can kind of see how that looks. This feels very comfortable to me. This feels very, very light. I am outside. It is, I'm in a coastal place at the moment, this feels very comfortable. So that's kind of what that looks like. Okay. Love your hair. Oh, thanks so much. Thanks so much. All right, so that's in the Lotus Natural Lenny Upgrade. Let's take a look at how it looks differently in the mesh panels. This is a mesh carousel colors. Right. Now, why might you want a mesh panel? So I know I've had some customers who live in places that are very humid or have just a lot of heat year round, and they feel like the mesh helps to combat some of the mugginess, you know, and so that's something that you might like. If you live near the beach or you're going to be doing some beach traveling, you may feel more comfortable in something with a mesh panel because of the oh my goodness. Just because it's got a little bit more breathing. I will say that most of the time the benefits of something like this affect baby more than you. Just because it's on that front, just because, you know, baby next to your body is always going to be warm. No matter what you do, it's always going to be warm. So just do this. This one's a little bit more stiff. So just keep that in mind. The other one's a little bit floppier than this one. I'm going to show you kind of what it looks like with that hood up too, what that might feel like. Should have grabbed some reach straps. Oh my goodness. So, this is doing this because this is brand new basically. That's why it's giving me a little bit of trouble. So, and it takes some time, and so I'm really experienced at doing this, but I don't do a lot of front carries anymore, so that's kind of what you're seeing, because I used to be a pro at grabbing that other side. So, okay, so this is that mesh panel. All right. You do get the hang of it. Getting that back, I know it scares people. I didn't have this adjusted fully right. I can feel it in my armpits. So this is where I know how to adjust it, but I don't want you to get scared if this is your first time putting one on. You will figure out the adjustments that are right for you. I knew this wasn't adjusted right, and I decided to go for it anyway. Okay, so that's what it looks like. So let's see this here. So I don't have the reach straps with me today, but they can be kind of nice too because they have another place to sort of snap things in. But I'm just going to slide this over here into this little clip, which can also hold a stray PFA adjuster. Okay, so that's kind of what I just kind of tucked that in there. Eventually I'm going to get the Lenny Upgrade Rainbow Lace Light. I can't wait. Oh, it's so beautiful. You will love it. It's so beautiful, Lex and Lily. So that's what that looks like there. So as you can imagine, like, now this baby, I mean, like, we can't really quite tell safety-wise with this baby because it's a demo and there's sun and everything else. But you can safely do this for your baby. So you can have the hood up. The mesh hood is really nice because it still lets that breathability in on their little faces, which of course we don't want a baby this small to overheat. That's very dangerous. So they can take a nap while we're relaxing and have that. So some people really like that feature. The LennyGo in mesh does not have a mesh hood. Only the Upgrade has the mesh hood, okay? So just something to keep in mind. But that's what that looks like. This feels even lighter to me than the other one. The other one was not uncomfortable, though. So this definitely has a different level of support. I will say the mesh just isn't going to feel as as like tight and supportive against a heavier baby. It's just not, right? Because it's not the same sort of high quality fabric. So you may prefer for an older child, you may prefer something like a linen, which is going to give you more of that moisture wicking properties and more support on top of it. But that doesn't mean you wouldn't also like this. Okay, so it just kind of depends on your mood, where you're going, what you're doing. And the upgrade is really adjustable. The LennyGo, it's the same sort of panel right here. It looks the same the way the mesh is designed. It just has the built-in hood that's full fabric, just like the regular LennyGo. Any questions for me? I'm going to show you another type of fabric, and then I'm also going to show you the one little surprise. Okay. All right. So this is just an example. So this is a hybrid, not an upgrade, but just so you can kind of see. So this is a linen modal cotton blend, and it's got a nice softness of the modal, and on top of this, some of the smoothness of the linen. It's just a little bit different, but this is also going to feel nice and light, and it's gonna have a nice property for a lot of different things. So a lot of these fibers have nice properties over a variety of things. So that's kind of just one fabric difference in hand, and then of course compared to cotton. This is just the arm of our demo toddler hybrid. So if you have not yet seen that, you need to go check out what's going on there. So the cotton is just really soft, and the linen is soft too. It's just got more of like a smoothness to it. It's just a little bit of a different texture, a little bit of a different feel. There's definitely a little bit, even though these are probably about the same fabric weight, there's definitely a little bit more weight to the cotton than the linen in hand to me. Okay, and so one more little sneak peek I will give you. I have two items I've been teasing, and I will just tease them again for you a little bit here. These are in our tester phase. These are prototypes that were made just for me, just for Mama Roo's from Lenny Lamb. And so I'm just gonna woo. And oh look, there's another one. Woo. So you can tell me what you think about that, and we are going to talk more about that as I get some things finalized with them, and as I get some final tests run. But I'm really excited about that option too. Definitely a good one for summer, and we have more summer stuff coming. So if you are like me and you are ready to talk about the warmth and the summer and everything good that's coming, I've got you. So thank you so much. There's a link in the details here for the mesh carriers. Go check them out. We've got more coming, and so that's mama-roo.com/collections/mesh-carriers. Okay, Jessica, what is that? Do I see right? Maybe you do. I don't know. Okay. So thank you so much, guys, and we will chat soon. Okay, bye.